Everything is determined through the lens of Zeir Anpin, the 6 sephirotes that are of Hesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, and Yesod. These are the 6 days of the week. And within them comes the ultimate cube. That's the cube that's made up of 6 sides. Now, what I've learned is inherent in Zeir Anpin is its nukuva, it's feminine. That feminine will then later be expressed as Malkus. This whole idea of 7th day and Shabbat, what I find is in the space, the emptiness within the 6 dimensions, the 6 sides of the cube, 3 dimensions, but 6 sides of the cube. The cube gives and forms an empty space in the middle, much like a sukkah. This empty space is actually, where you become. Let me read it to you from the great void. Once you give up ego and thought and process, you enter into the great void. This void, this empty space, for me, is how, where, and when you can react. You can react in the energies of this empty space, not in one of the 6 days. So inherent in this empty space is the feminine, and in the potential of Shabbat. So I'm going to call Shabbat the empty space. And that's what we're actually searching for. We're actually searching for the dropping of these physical dimensions and empty the empty space inside the halal. Just like when God created the universe, he removed himself and created an empty space. And then we're in the midst of that empty space. And so this is actually quite profound, because when we're in this empty space, we can act in different dimensions and have different types of thoughts, because we're not in space. Now, in normative Judaism, they call that we're entering the world of time. No, we're entering the world of, we're still in the world of space. The 6 days are the world of space, and the 7th day is the empty space. The 7th day is the empty space. And the empty space is formed by the 6 sides of Zeir Anpin, because it's been brought down that man, Adam, is Zeir Anpin. He's the Vav of the Yud-K Vav-K. Vav has 6. And basically the final Hey is the Nefesh, and the Vav, Adam, is the Ruach, and the Vav is the 45 name of Hashem. And in that name of 45 name of Hashem are 1 Yud and 3 Alephes, and these are the 13 attributes of mercy. Higher than the 10 of the Yud of the 52 name that's found in the Osea world, and what's been brought down into us as the 10 Commandments. In this world of Adam Kadmon, of Zeir Anpin, and of Tiferet, and of Ruach, and of Adam, is 13. And the whole secret here is to derive the 13 attributes of mercy. 13 attributes of mercy, and to be Rachmanis. You know, people forget that another name for Tiferet is Rakamim. Rakamim. You know, there's different ways of calling the first three Sephirot of Zeir Anpin. You know, we do Hesed and Gevurah and Tiferet. But there's another way. Gedula, Din, and Rakamim. Gedula and Din come out to be 112. Yud Kei Vav Kei Elokim. And Rakamim comes from the beautiful word Rachem. Rachem is 248. And when you add the 5 letters, when you add the Hey to Avram, you get 248. It turns Avram into a Rachem. The letters Rachem as womb, as Tiferet, almost spells here, almost shows the empty space. So, enter into the empty space. Let me see, read these. I have these things from like martial arts here. Stand in the midst of the great void, the secret of the way of the warrior. For me, that's returning to the emptiness within the cube. You know, for me, the cube is the highest level of space, not the circle, or the square, because the cube is in 3 dimensions. See? And the cube here is the Holy of Holies. And within that Holy of Holies is an empty space. And in that empty space, then you're moved. You don't move. You are moved by the empty space. Secret of Aikido. There's things going on around you that you can't sensate. The 7th is different than the 6th. The 6 here, the 6 physical sides. And then what happens? Shabbos, the 7th day. That's the empty space that the 6 days make. And so that's why they tell you to work on the 6 days. So that you'll have an empty space formed on the 7th. It's not a question of time. For me, time does not exist. That is the empty space. So the 7th is the 7th is the Nekuva. What's it called? The crown of the Yesod. The potentiality is in that empty space. You see, what's it called? The crown of the bris. It's kind of the Nekuva aspect. And then the Shabbos aspect. Because there are different levels within that empty space. And this is beautiful. To be moved rather than to move. Rather than to move, be moved. Be moved by the environment. Be moved rather than to move. And that's what we get here. Be moved by within the empty space. Just trying to figure out some words for the title here. Be moved within the empty space. Be moved rather than to move. Rather than be moved by space be moved by the empty space.